I'm Missouri Governor Mike Parson. I'm excited to invite you to come and invest in Missouri. Missouri and Japan have a strong trading relationship of more than $700 million a year. And we are proud that 70 Japanese companies have a presence in Missouri, creating jobs that have a positive impact on Missouri families, and more than a dozen Missouri companies are invested in Japan, investing in your families. Our desire is for our relationships to grow and strengthen even more. Missouri is a global leader in advanced manufacturing and automobile production, and we are the perfect location for your U.S. facilities. I look forward to welcome you to Missouri. It is an honor and privilege to be the 57th governor of the great state of Missouri.
Minasamai, Missouri Shu e Yokoso. My name is Dennis Pruitt. I'm with the Missouri Partnership. Thank you, Jetro, for this opportunity to present an overview of the state of Missouri. It is an honor for me to discuss how we can help Japanese companies grow in our state. We welcome investment from Japan. Today, I will discuss 5 main points. I will provide an overview of the services of the Missouri Partnership, my organization. I will review the key business advantages of the state of Missouri. I will review the economic strength of the Midwest region. I will discuss Missouri's international connections, especially with Japan, and I will review some of Missouri's main economic sectors. Let's begin. The Missouri Partnership is a public-private economic development organization focused on attracting new jobs and investment to the state and promoting Missouri's business strengths. We work statewide to connect companies with the best locations, strategic partners, and solutions for their business goals. We have led or supported the successful recruitment of 190 projects, resulting in more than 27,700 new jobs and more than $3.1 billion in new capital investment. All of our services are free and confidential and include market research, identifying real estate solutions, and financial incentives proposals. Why Missouri? There are many outstanding states for your investment. I will not pretend that Missouri is the best state for all projects, but we are very good in terms of access to the North American United States market, business climate, incentives, and some very important industry clusters that I will discuss soon. Missouri provides a perfect mid-continent launch point for entering the U.S. market with easy access to every corner of North America, including Canada and Mexico. From Missouri, you can fly nonstop to 70 destinations across North America. We have numerous direct flights to important markets on both the East Coast and West Coast. The Mississippi River, our eastern boundary, provides barge access to the Gulf of Mexico, Illinois, and Ohio rivers. We are served by all the Class 1 railroads, providing freight shipping throughout the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Missouri has the 5th lowest cost of living in the United States, and our commercial electricity costs are nearly 15% lower than the U.S. average. We are a physically conservative state and have maintained a AAA bond rating for more than 50 years, one of only 3 states to do so. Our corporate income tax is 4%, and we use a single-factor, market-based corporate income tax apportionment model based only on sales. Missouri is aggressive in our business attraction efforts. We offer competitive incentive programs focused on job creation, providing training, and reducing business cost. And international companies are eligible for these incentive programs. Our most popular program is Missouri Works. It is designed to reward companies that create jobs by allowing you to keep state withholding taxes along with other additional benefits. We also offer tax exemptions and other incentives, including infrastructure funding, tax abatements, tax exemptions, automotive and manufacturing incentives, opportunity zones, and more. I especially want to highlight our data center incentive, which provides sales tax exemptions for utilities, machinery, equipment, computers, and construction equipment, and could last for up to 15 years for new facilities. Missouri is a core state in the dynamic Midwest region, an industrial powerhouse and home to world-class universities and R&D centers. Here I have included the 9 cities in the Midwest with a population greater than 1 million. All of these are within a one-day drive from Missouri. To put this into scale, from St. Louis it takes 4 hours to drive to Chicago, 6 hours to Columbus, and 8 hours to Detroit. According to The Economist, and I encourage you to read their special report from July 2020 on the Midwest, 68 million people, that's 1/5 of all Americans, live in the Midwest. That's as much as the population as Britain or France. Our collective gross product is worth nearly $4 trillion, making us rank alongside Germany as the world's 4th biggest economy. And the percentage of manufacturing workforce in the Midwest exceeds the U.S. average. Missouri is very active internationally. We have 12 offices throughout the world, including one in Tokyo, to provide global services to companies. As of today, more than 450 companies in Missouri are foreign-owned and are growing within a welcoming and innovative business environment. Japan is one of Missouri's top sources of foreign direct investment and trade. Japan is a trusted ally and friend of our state. Missouri's exports to Japan in 2020 were valued at more than $469 million. The top 5 categories were food, chemicals, transportation equipment, computer and electronic products, and machinery. Imports from Japan in 2020 were valued at approximately $269.5 million. The top 5 categories were machinery, chemicals, fabricated metal products, transportation equipment, computer and electronic products. This slide amazes me, but I understand it having visited Tokyo multiple times. While our land area is slightly less than half of Japan, the population of Japan is almost 21 times the population of Missouri. We have a lot of room here in Missouri to move about and build a factory. We have 62 companies from Japan, including these that you see on the screen. We have 13 Missouri companies in Japan with more than 90 subsidiaries throughout the country. Culturally, we are fortunate to have 7 sister city relationships with Japan, including, and I apologize in advance for any mispronunciations, Kurashiki, Suwa, Higashimurayama, Haruna, Aizu-Wakamatsu, Hakusan, Ise-Saki, and a state relationship with Nagano Prefecture. We also have active chapters of the Japan-America Society, Japanese language schools, and multiple universities with Japanese programs. Now I'd like to talk about some of our dynamic industrial clusters. First, I will begin with Aerospace and Defense. The U.S. is the world's largest aerospace producer, and Missouri has a rich history in aerospace, from Charles Lindbergh to the Mercury and Apollo space programs to the latest in aerospace innovation. Boeing, with its defense, space, and security manufacturing facility in St. Louis, is the country's second largest defense contractor. Geospatial intelligence and cybersecurity is an emerging sector for Missouri, with solid foundations due to the presence of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and their thousands of employees in the region. The U.S. government is currently investing $1.75 billion to expand the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency in Missouri. Advanced manufacturing is another strong sector for us. Missouri's manufacturing expertise touches numerous industries. Today, there are more than 273,000 Missourians manufacturing everything from agricultural products to heavy-duty trucks to advanced military jets and much more. Since 2010, more than $4 billion has been invested in Missouri's Ford and General Motors automotive facilities. Missouri's ag tech industry is leading the way with innovative technology and research that is transforming agriculture. In Missouri, you have access to intellectual capital, an extensive ag tech infrastructure, and investors. More than half of the world's animal health industry is represented in the Kansas City region, and St. Louis has one of the highest concentrations of plant scientists in the world. Missouri is the home of leading ag tech organizations, including the Danforth Plant Science Center, Bayer Crop Science, the Missouri Botanical Garden, Yield Lab, BASF, Bunge, KWS, and many more. Energy is very important to us as a state. Missouri is a leading developer of next-generation lithium and thermal batteries, the leading producer of lead for batteries in the United States, and in the top 3 states for battery production. Missouri batteries are used in the defense, space, automotive, and consumer industries. Our batteries power NASA's space program, including NASA's InSight lander, which is currently on the surface of Mars. Our energy companies include Emerson Electric, 3M, Eagle Pitcher, and Intersys. Another key sector for us is financial and professional services. Missouri is a leader in banking, investment, and financial services, and is the only state to house 2 Federal Reserve banks. Almost 10% of the United States reinsurance industry employees are in Missouri. St. Louis has the second highest concentration of financial securities brokerage firms in the nation, surpassed only by New York City. Missouri is home to Edward Jones, H&R Block, Wells Fargo Advisors, American Century Investments, and RGA. As an agricultural state, food is a very important sector. Missouri's robust food production sector includes more than 400 companies and nearly 100,000 farms, as the state is a leading producer of rice, soybeans, corn, sorghum, cattle, turkeys, and hogs. Our agricultural industry is valued at $88 billion and employs more than 378,000 people. I don't believe we make sake, but we have more than 130 wineries, more than 90 breweries, and more than 20 distilleries. We like to keep our pets happy and healthy. Pet food companies, with their North American headquarters in Missouri, generate almost $30 billion in revenue each year. Cutting-edge biomedical research is taking place across Missouri in world-renowned hospitals and innovation communities such as Cortex and the Missouri Innovation Center. Missouri is home to healthcare innovators such as Express Scripts, Cerner, Centene, Ascension Health, Mallinckrodt, Pfizer, MilliporeSigma, and many more. A unique resource for us is our 10-megawatt nuclear research reactor that is instrumental in developing radiopharmaceuticals. I covered the importance of our logistics resources earlier, but please allow me to remind you of our rail, river, road, and air network connecting Missouri with the rest of the United States and North America. In conclusion, I want to thank you very much for your attention. It has been my pleasure to highlight Missouri's economic advantages, including our dynamic manufacturing, ag tech, food, and logistics sectors, our central location and extensive transportation network, our low-cost, pro-business state with strong financial stability, our business-friendly regulatory environment, our reliable and inexpensive energy, our abundant water supply, our highly educated low-cost workforce, and our performance-based incentives. I look forward to assisting you in Missouri soon. Thank you.